Hello and welcome to Watch Maxie's Watch Videos. My name is Axel and I'm glad to have you on the show for another H2O watch. A watch which is different from what you may have seen of H2O so far. On my channel I presented really big, heavy, bulky watches of H2O, but the Tiburon I'm going to present today is completely different. It's a vintage-like retro charm watch which is not very thick and which is completely different from all the watches I've shown so far. You can see here it's a slightly domed sapphire bezel. It's a domed sapphire crystal. The crown on the 6 o'clock position. The hands, the overall appearance of the watch is pretty different, and it's a really slim and not too high watch. I'm coming to the specs in detail during the video. I hope you like the watch. Well, while we're talking about like, if you push the like button, it really supports my videos. It doesn't cost you much and helps me a lot. So just push the like button and enjoy my videos. Before we come to the specs, I would like to say this is my number one H2O watch because it really fits on my wrist. Let's have a look at the specs. The diameter is 42 millimeter without the bezel and 42.5 including the bezel. We have a lug width of 22 millimeter on both sides. We have a thickness of 11.9 millimeter with a sapphire back and 11.4 with a steel back. On the front we have a domed AR coated sapphire crystal, and here we have a domed sapphire bezel which is optional. Really nice. Like with all the H2O watches, you have multiple options to choose, and you can design the watch exactly to your needs. The lug to lug span varies from 48 millimeter to 52.7 depending on your wrist size and how you bend the flexible end link on the 6 o'clock or 12 o'clock position depending on where you want to place the crown, which is also a part of the customization. The watch weighs 77 grams without any strap, 99 including the leather strap, and as you can see here 138 with the rubber strap. Let's see how it sits on my wrist. For that I have to take off my circular aqua sport with 39 millimeter in diameter and put on the Tiburon. It's a lucky coincidence that Clemens Hellberg, from whose private collection the watches are, has the same wrist size I have, so I can really put it on. And it's a really nice fitting watch, and the flexible end link guarantees the watch really fits your wrist and sits well on nearly any wrist size. I really do like the appearance. I like the handset, but the handset, the bezel, all this is part of the individual customization, as well as the back of the watch, which can be either a look-through sapphire crystal back or a solid stainless steel back. With the sapphire back, the watch has a water resistance of 500 meter and with a stainless steel back of 300 meter. The watch is empowered by a Sellita SW300 or a ETA 2893 depending on availability. The hands, the indices as well as the bezel are covered with Superluminova BGW9. The standard strap is a 3.3 millimeter thick black leather strap, but you can also opt for the caoutchouc strap, which you see here. It's just depending on what you like. I think the watch also could look great on a green or brown canvas strap. The watch is really customizable in multiple terms. It's available as a DLC coated black version, as a bronze case, the stainless steel case here. You have multiple handsets, you have multiple bezel options, and the watch is a really surprising one with the change of polished and brushed parts, the beveled edge, the small polished part between the bezel and the case. A really great watch, plenty of things to spot and to identify. The bezel is quite tough to operate with gloves on. I didn't find this very disturbing. The bezel really remains in place once set, so perfectly fine for me. And I really do like the domed and curved sapphire bezel and the domed sapphire crystal. Really, really nice. If the flexible end link is flat, you can see the crown nearly completely disappears. And if you bend the link down, the crown can be easily operated with gloves or without gloves. It's a screw down crown. So really, really nicely made and safely stored away in the flexible end link. What I do like is that this watch is a modern, state-of-the-art watch with a really retro charm, and in a certain way it reminds me to the Longines Legend Diver. And the Longines Legend Diver was for me always a little bit too big. The horns were too long, so I didn't like it too much. But this watch clearly is on my wish list, and probably in the bronze version. In the past, I haven't been a big fan of bronze watches, but with this retro watch and the overall appearance, I think an aged bronze look might perfectly fit to the watch. And the bronze watch is also available with a brown dial, and I think this could perfectly match the whole watch. Let's see how the watch looks at night. For this, I have to turn off my video lights, and here you see the night view of the watch. The bezel is completely covered with BGW9, the hands as well as the dial. And what I really do like is the fact that the indices of the dial are visible with the 3, 6, 9 and 12 numbers. Oh, I just saw my backlight switched off. Okay, now you'll see this in a second. I really like it, and it's something I haven't seen with other watches in that particular way, and I really, really do like it. The second hand can easily be read as a functional control, so really, really nicely made. Yeah, as I said, the light in the background switched off. I take the video at night and I just simply forgot to switch off the timer of the light. So please ignore the background for a second. What I would like to know is, do you like the watch? What do you think about the watch? Is it a watch you could consider to buy, or something which is completely out of your wish list or your favorite watches? I personally really do like this watch a lot, and I really consider to go for the bronze version. Yeah, this has been the H20 Tiburon in the stainless steel version, domed sapphire crystal, available for €1,154, which is, according to my perception, not too much for a watch of that quality and this combination. Curious to read and learn what you think about that watch. Stay safe, look forward to my next videos. Till then, cheers, Axel.